Good morning, brothers.
Good morning, brother.
Morning.
It seems like there is no class today. For Greek.
We just spoke to Brother Dunbar, and he's saying he need the passcode. So we sent him it.
Okay.
I was for him to join soon.
Okay.
Good morning.
Yes, morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
How are you today?
Good, sir. Good. We are good, sir. What
Good,
about
sir. Good.
So you all have breakfast?
No, sir, but it seems like you are eating.
Why?
Well, time and stuff, you know.
I thought school not starting until June. Huh? I thought school not starting until May.
We are still not hearing you, sir.
I don't know. I said I thought school not starting until May.
Okay. Oh, no, sir. Yesterday was orientation. Today is class.
Yesterday was what?
Orientation.
Okay. Okay. How
What
did
you
you
having, sir?
boiled potato, carlo, and saltfish.
What?
Yeah.
That's healthy breakfast.
How did you feel about last term?
For all of us.
Yeah. Okay, Mr.
Well, sir, for me, I need some catching up to do.
Holy.
A whole lot.
You better talk about Usain Bolt foot. Guy, you're too short. Okay. What about you, Mr. Orin?
Yes, sir. I'm hearing some voices in the background. I don't know which one, but
Voice in the background? Well, I don't know.
well, maybe it's my voice from earlier. How is that possible? I don't know. The internet.
I think you did better this term than the previous term, but you still have a long way to go.
Yeah, I know. I did better, as you said, but still
but you have a long way to go. Okay. What about you, What about you? How did you think you do? Woody? What about you? In class?
It is like going backward.
Huh? Woody? Hey, them said right talking in the background.
It's okay now. Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning. I said, how did you think you did last term? You think you need to make any adjustment, any improvement?
Yes, sir. Sure.
In what way?
If I need one?
In what way?
Well, sir, I'm hardly hearing you, sir.
I don't know what's the problem.
Can you please repeat the question, sir?
Huh?
He said, repeat the question.
Can you please repeat the question?
I'm saying, how did you think you did last semester? You think you need to make an improvement?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
In what way?
Well, not in the sense of reviewing, but just to try to work harder. That's the point. You get me, sir?
Mm.
All right.
Sir,
Mm.
I need to ask a question. I was reading throughout the holiday. I was reading the break. I was
Uh-huh.
reading. I was reading the book of the name again, Revelation.
Uh-huh.
And in the book of, I just want to know if I'm on the right track. It says to the angels of the church, to the angel, not angel, to the angel of the churches, the church of Ephesus and the other churches.
Yeah.
I know that in the Greek book, angelos means angel and also messenger.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to know if could it be referring to the angel in that verse as messenger?
Yeah. It could be messenger, yes. It could be the evangelist. To be the evangelist you're referring to.
To say it is the leader of each of those churches.
So who teaches Revelation?
So that
Who teach Revelation at school?
I'm not the Revelation no, and I don't remember or recall seeing it on the timetable.
Okay.
But I was just reading it in my own time.
Okay.
So that's why
You want to be you want to be an expert on Revelation?
it's not really to say I'm expert, but since the start of this year, I've decided to spend some time read, the books of the Bible. I've went through 2 books already along with Revelation, that is Proverbs and Ecclesiastes. So in my spare time, I've been doing some reading on these books.
Well, that's good.
So I come across these words, it
Okay.
says angel, so I was a bit, well, I wasn't sure what it meant, if it's referring to the leaders of the churches, the same messengers.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah, I'm listening.
I have a question also.
Uh-huh.
I was reading Matthew 16
Uh-huh.
and I was reading the entire book of Matthew. But
Mhm.
when I come upon Matthew 16 verse 18, the word Peter there in the Greek, it means Petros, which means pebbles or stone.
Uh-huh.
So I am asking, does Jesus referring to Peter as the foundation of the church?
What do you think?
I'm asking.
What do you think?
Because it says, upon this rock I will build my church.
So what is the word for rock there in that context?
Rock?
Uh-huh.
I don't know, sir.
Well, that is your assignment. If you can find what it means, the word rock there, then I think that will help to clear up some of your misunderstanding.
So just a question, can you say it's a strong defense because of the confession that he made?
Because of what?
Confession Peter made, so it's not deliberately on Peter himself, but based on the confession he made. Says you are Christ, the Son of the living God.
Okay, but remember, he's asking about the term rock. Right. So I asked him what the term rock there, what is the Greek word there for rock? Huh?
Don't know the Greek word for rock, sir. And we know the
Okay.
one for Peter.
Right. And what is the one for Peter?
Petros,
Right. And
which means pebbles or stone.
right.
So in order to get the meaning of rock, then you'd have to, go try and find if you can find it in the Greek.
Sir.
Yeah. Yeah, that might help to clear up some of the myths. I bet ask Woody. I bet Woody have the answer. Woody.
I don't, but I would like to say something, sir. If
Yes.
you look at the gender in the case in which the expression is basically used, the word rock, we will realize that in the Greek, it does not match the other expression that is employed for the word Peter or Petros,
Exactly.
whatever it is. So it cannot make reference to Peter. But if we look at what it is related to is to the sentence that Peter said, the expression Peter used to describe Jesus, they are all used in the same gender and case as well.
Okay. What about you, Solin?
This is something I do not come across already in the English Bible, but when I've read it in the French, I believe that the name of Peter means walk because there was a word used to refer to him in one of the passage of the book, which is a cross-reference with Matthew 16 and 18. So now that name was probably Cephas or something. Let me verify if I'm right. Yes, sir. It is John 1 and verse 42.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to read it.
Mhm.
John 1 and verse 42. It says, and he brought him to Jesus. Now, when Jesus looked at him, he said, you are Simon, the son of Jonah. You shall be called Cephas or Cephas, which is translated a stone.
Mhm.
So that's the reason why I believe in Matthew 18 and verse 16 that Jesus is saying that Peter shall be the one who on him he will build the church, just as we have seen in Acts chapter 2. So he was the one preaching on the day where 3,000 souls were baptized. So this is what the verse was directly referring to.
Okay. Well, I am. Did I hear from did I hear from Orion?
Yes, sir. I was
Okay.
the first one who said so.
Okay, no man, I thought was Brother Roy, you asked the question.
Yes, sir. I was the one who asked the question.
Yeah, and I said something on that as well. I said it was on the confession that he made, not literally on Peter himself.
Okay. There are basically two words in there that can be translated as rock. Petros, which is masculine gender, and that means Peter.
Right.
And you have Petra, which is feminine gender, and that means a massive foundation. So when Jesus says upon this rock I'll build my church, he didn't say upon Petros, which is Peter,
You said Petra, right?
and Petra. Upon this Petra, I will build my church, not upon Petros. And the Petra there has reference to the truth that Petros confessed about
Right.
Christ.
The
Okay?
same thing. Yes, sir.
Right. So the church was not built on Petros Solin, Peter. It was built on Petra. And Petros mean a stone that can be thrown with the hand, a pebble. But Petra mean a massive foundation that cannot be moved.
So in John 1 and verse 42, which Greek word is used for his name, sir?
It is Petros. Petros. And it's the same one used in Matthew 16:18. I say also unto you are Peter, Petros. And upon this rock, Petra. So rock there means Petra. And that's feminine gender.
Yes, sir.
So the church was built on Petra, which is feminine gender, which is the truth. It was not built on Petros, which is masculine gender, which is a noun.
Okay, sir.
So it was the truth that Peter confessed about Christ, that Jesus was referring as upon this truth, because that truth was as solid as a rock.
Well, sir, you actually clear my misunderstanding, because I was interpreted to say that he was talking about Peter.
Okay. But if that were the case, then that will contradict what Paul says in 1 Corinthians chapter 3. For other foundation can no man lay, which is Christ Jesus. So the church was not built on any human foundation, it was built on divine foundation, which is Christ. So if we are going to interpret Matthew 16:18 to mean Peter, then that will contradict what Paul says in 1 Corinthians 3 and verse
No,
11.
the reason why I said that though, sir, because he gave Peter the key, which
Okay.
is the authority, which is the authority.
Is
So,
it the authority?
no, sir.
Friends, what does the term key means?
I mean, give him the authority.
All right. Orin,
Sir,
what does the term key means there?
as I sit here, I'm processing it to my mind. I'm thinking because I even myself, I still understand that part.
Okay. Solin, what does the term key there mean?
Oh, you mean the Greek term, sir?
Just as Brother Owen said, Brother Roy said, I usually hear that it means authority.
Okay. Woody, the term key, what does it mean?
You mean the Greek term, sir?
No, the English term. So I use it.
The word key, sir.
Yes.
Basically what it could refer to is to the fact that Peter was the one who basically preached to those 3,000 souls on the day of Pentecost. And basically I can say, well, I will not use the word authority, but it basically also makes reference to it. But
Okay.
word that I would like to, well,
Each of you have a room.
sorry, sir.
Each of you has a room.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have a key?
Yes, sir.
So if you give me the key to go into your room, what have you given me?
Access.
Or the privilege?
Yeah.
So if I give you the key to my car, I am given the privilege to go into it and drive it. So when Jesus says to Peter, upon this, I will give you the keys, he says, I am giving you the privilege to preach to open the kingdom.
Then I was right, sir.
Well, I know you're always right.
So sir, Brother Mark, Brother Mark,
So what do you, I'm just joking with it. The word key there means privilege. Notice that it didn't say key. It says what? It says what? Key or keys? Is it singular or plural?
plural.
Keys, sir. It's keys. It's a
Right.
S
So it's the
there.
keys that will get the keys of the kingdom. What do you understand that term to mean, keys of the kingdom? How did Peter use the keys of the kingdom then?
Well, as I said, sir, the opportunity to be the first one to preach
Okay.
to the 3,000 souls.
Okay. That's only one explanation.
So sir,
No, sir, but it has a lot of other meaning, explanations
Brother
that go along with it.
what did Brother Roy said earlier for his answer? Is it
I don't remember.
authority said, Brother Roy?
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay, because the question I want to ask, that means there's a difference between the privilege and authority then.
Well,
That's what I'm thinking.
slightly different. Slightly different. I would say privilege in the sense that authority means you can do what you want to do.
Okay.
I think privilege means you still have some rules and guidelines that you have to what?
Follow.
Abide by. You understand? Even though they can be used in as
Wait to see something because it seems like they are linked.
Hello?
Sir,
Yes.
it seems to me that somehow they are linked together because just as you used the example a while ago, you said that if you give me the key of your car, you give me the privilege to go into the car and drive it. But now, if I'm driving it and I'm the one responsible for it now, and if something happened on the road, whether police like ask me to pull over or this thing, so I'm the one like having the authority now on that car because
No. The police is going to ask you for the papers. Wait, no. And then the paper is going to show my name. So you're going to say, what are you doing with Dunbar's car? It will say, well, he lent it to me. So, and if you were to go there now, listen, if you were to drive that car and you get into an accident, they're not going to hold you responsible because the insurance is not in your name. They're going to hold me responsible. Right. And so and I am the one that they are going to sue.
What I'm trying to say, or the point that I'm trying to make is that while you are driving the car, you are not like the owner of the car, but now you are responsible to keep it secure. Now I'm speaking about like if someone is trying to break in. So I just use the example of police, you know, but it could be probably a robber or something, or someone else. Now you have all the authority to see if you can keep that car safe. Because by the time that you are driving it, it's like you are the owner of it for this period. Like if you
in other words,
as well.
You are not supposed to abuse the trust that I express in you. All right, let's move on. So, Pete, how did Peter use the keys? Nobody has answered that question fully yet, you know.
How did Peter use the keys?
Yeah.
I mean, I think you give the answer.
Okay, sir. Yeah, my one answer to that, how did he use the key? Exercise the privilege that has been given to him. Simple.
But you still haven't told me how. You haven't told me how.
Well, sir, for me,
You only
sir,
give me half of the answer.
sir, let me
Huh?
try.
Yeah.
On the day of Pentecost, when the Spirit came, when
Mhm.
God sent the Holy Spirit, and the people were mocking the apostles, saying that they are drunk and they have new wine. So
Mhm.
Peter, who was bold enough to stand up and to tell the people what they need to know. So I'm saying that he does, you know.
He do it through boldness.
You
Sir,
what? Mm.
could it be the abilities that Peter had along with the Holy Spirit that he had received, like to show signs and wonders so that people may believe?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, sir, let me give you the short.
Yeah, man. I know you always have the answer. That's why I asked you last. Because I want them to struggle first. Tell them now.
Brother,
I'm gonna try, sir.
Yeah.
How he used it is by preaching the word to people and creating congregations, sir.
So he opened up with these keys several invitations.
Tell him to have in a class now. If he wants me.
Sir, are you listening, sir?
Yeah, I'm listening. My daughter just come and distract me a while ago.
What I said is that how Peter used it, well, not it, but them, is by preaching the word to people and creating new congregations of the same church, not in the same church.
Okay, so the term keys is singular plural.
plural, sir.
Right.
So if it's plural, it means that Peter would be given the opportunity more than once.
Right.
Oh.
And
Sir, then I'm right. I'm right then.
no, you're not right.
Sorry,
You're not
sir.
right altogether. Okay.
Okay, so if he has gotten the opportunity more than once, that means it's not a once in a lifetime thing. And
Okay, let me explain that then. Peter preached on the day of Pentecost, and 3,000 Jews were being baptized. In Acts
Well,
chapter 10,
sir, hold on, sir.
wait. In Acts chapter 10, Peter preached and brought in the first Gentile into the church known as Cornelius. And so he used the key to bring in both the Jews and the Gentiles. Because remember now, after the church was established, the gospel was preached mainly to the Jews. And then Cornelius, who was a Gentile, even Peter himself had doubt about preaching to Cornelius until God had to show him a vision in Acts chapter 10 with the sheet let down from heaven. And Peter said, a voice says, "Rise, Peter, kill and eat." And Peter said, "Lord, I have never eaten anything common or unclean." And then the voice says, "What God has cleansed, you should never call common or unclean." And then now, if you read the whole chapter, then you will see that Cornelius, verse 34, you know the story that Peter was sent to Cornelius's house, and
Right,
Peter didn't
sir.
want to go. Hello?
Right. Yes, sir.
And Peter said, "Lord, you know, he has never entered into the house of anyone who is like that." And then the angel said to Peter, "Peter, go to Cornelius and don't doubt anything, because based on Peter's tradition, they never used to mix with the Gentiles." You understand? But then the angel had to say to him that, "Man, you must go and don't even ask any what? Question." Because Peter had questions. Okay? Look at Acts 10 and verse 19. While Peter thought about the vision, the Spirit said to him, behold, 3 men are seeking you. Arise, go down, and go with them, doubting nothing, for I have sent them.
But isn't Peter the one who considered to be the man of many words or fast talker?
What?
No, Peter.
What do you mean?
No, in terms when said chatty Peter. He's
What
the
do you
one.
mean by that?
All right. So on the day of Pentecost, of all the others who were amongst him, he was the one who stood up boldly and said, men and brethren.
But remember now, God has given him the key. So therefore, nobody else had the right to stand up. Peter had the right to stand up because God had given him the key. He said, Peter, I'm going to give you the keys. And so Peter is using the privilege to open God's kingdom. Okay. So verse 19 says, while Peter thought about these divisions, behold, 3 men are waiting for you. Go down and ask nothing. Then Peter went down to the men who had been sent to him from Cornelius and said, yes, I am he whom you seek. For what reason have you come? And they told him about the vision that Cornelius had and the dream, etc., etc. And then now they started out on their journey. And verse 24, and the following day they entered Caesarea. Now Cornelius was waiting for them and called together his relatives and close friends. As Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell at his feet and worshiped him. But Peter lifted him up, saying, stand, I myself am a man. And he talked with him and went in and found those who came. And so now Peter is going to tell them plainly why he came. He talked about the vision, he talked about invitation, he talked about this, and then he says, when verse 34 says, then Peter opened his mouth, and Peter opened his mouth and said, in truth, I perceive that God shows no partiality, but in every nation, whoever fears him and works righteousness is acceptable by him. The word which God preached, peace through Christ, he is Lord of all. That word you know, which was proclaimed throughout all Judea and began from Galilee after the baptism which John preached. How God anointed Jesus of Nazareth with the Holy Spirit and with power, who went about doing good and healing all who were oppressed and by the devil. For God was with him. And we are witnesses of all these things. Okay? I talk about the resurrection of Jesus Christ and so on and so on. Okay? So the point is, and then later on, verse 47 says, 46. Then Peter said, can any man forbid water that these should not be baptized, who have received the Holy Spirit as well as we?
No.
So here we see Peter used the key in bringing in first the Jews and then bringing in the what?
Gentiles.
The Gentiles. Right.
You agree?
So Peter had the privilege to preach to the Jews, bring them into the kingdom, and to preach to the Gentiles and bring them into the what? Into the kingdom.
But yes, that's good.
Eh?
Yes. Okay. So
That is it, sir.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's good you asked.
Yeah.
But anyway, you would have found out later on. No
Brother
problem.
Buckland always say, that is rich, it is the word rich, so passages like these, have a lot of richness within them. Yeah, so
Well, I mean, there could be much more questions, sir, but
What?
as
More
time.
questions?
well, there could be much more because sometimes when you are reading and you come across something and you would like to get some explanation about it, but as you know, with I do not. I personally do not think we will have this discussion. So I would have bring some of the words so that you could explain. But by the way, if you could just give a little explanation about Acts 7, oh well, Acts 20 and verse 7, like the word Sabbaton, which is used there, where people
Okay.
are saying that it was Saturday and it's supposed to be the first day of the week.
Okay.
Well, not the first day, but
I-
on the day of the Lord.
Okay. But again, that's a simple thing again. That's not anything to worry about. But again, you know, it's there. I will talk about that a little more from now. But let's see what we have to do today. Which of the lessons we have to do today?
17.
17.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mark your papers. And obviously, the ones I see, they did well.
Okay, sir. Is there any
Okay.
contract, sir?
Huh?
Contract, is there any?
I mean, man, if nobody else I get, you have to get. All right. So I think we have done the words on lesson 17.
Okay, sure.
Well,
Yeah.
we did.
Yes, we did the words on 17.
Oh well, your brain is working better than me.
Sir,
I'm breaking.
In
17?
your memory, sir.
All right.
No, we didn't, sir.
All right. Well, if we haven't, then let us continue.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. I was heard. Orin.
Ekusten.
Kusten. I answered. Solin.
Apekiten.
Apocritan. Okay. I was sent out. Woody.
Apestanin.
Huh?
Apestanin.
A pestilence. Okay, and I was thrown. Roy. Roy.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
I was thrown.
A,
Huh?
hold on, sir.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry. You want to give until I'm grateful. Huh?
A bleep 10.
A blessing. Okay. I became Orin.
I became
So.
Egeneten.
Huh?
Egeneten.
Geneten. Okay. I was known.
Egerosten.
Boy. I'm in trouble today.
No, you,
Yeah.
You didn't hear, sir?
Because the man is cutting the lawn outside. I said I'm in trouble because the man is cutting the lawn outside. I had forgotten to tell him not to come today. Are you hearing me now?
Yes.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir, now.
Are you hearing?
Yes, sir, we hear now.
Woody?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. A graphing. I was reading.
Okay. Okay. So I keep moving from place. Okay. I was known. Solin.
That was said already.
Okay. I was written. Solin.
It's me now, sir. A graphing.
Oh, yes. Right. I was taught. I was taught. Roy.
Exdaxten.
Eddie.
Ed.
Edidacten.
Edidaxten.
Okay. All right. I was glorified. Next person.
Egerton.
You what?
Egerton.
Nobody I was glorified.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm skipping. Oh, Edozasten.
Right. I was raised up.
Egerton. Egerton, sir.
Yeah. I was proclaimed. Next person.
Ekerupten.
Okay. Okay. I was judged. Is that Roy now?
Ekrichten.
Eh?
Ekrichten.
Re. Equi. Equithin. 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 Okay. I was taken.
Elemthen.
Okay. I was left. Next person. I was left.
A lifetime.
Was left.
A lifetime or a lifetime.
Okay. I was sent. Right. I was sent.
Epepten. Epepten.
Epithen. Epem. Epem. P-E-M. Pempthen. I went.
Eporicten.
I went.
Eporicten.
Okay. I was saved. I was saved.
I was saved that is Esusten. Esusten.
Then. Okay. Okay. So again, we don't want these words to pile up. So I'm going to ask you from early to start studying them for a test next week. That will be your greeting for next week.
Yes, sir. Sir.
To begin. All right. So, yes.
That will be our opening test.
Hello, sir.
Listening.
You back?
Are you hearing me? Woody.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I am.
Oh, no, I thought you were saying something. Oh, okay.
Yes,
I'm listening now.
Yes, sir. For the test, sir, which part? Only the aorist passive?
The aorist, the aorist passive.
Okay, sir. All right. All right. So the present is not included.
No.
Right. No, only the aorist passive.
Okay, sir.
Okay. I'm going to ask Orion to read 7.2.
Okay. You can mute your mic while Oh, so you hear me now, sir?
Go
I was
ahead.
referring, yeah, I was referring to Brother Roy to mute his mic because the sound in the background. In contrast to the present.
I say you can go ahead, Orin.
Yes, I'm reading. In contrast to the present and imperfect tenses, the aorist has different forms for the middle and passive. The sixth principal part of the verb in the verb list is the aorist passive. An augment is attached since it is past tense. The aorist passive will not always be built on the present stem and must be learned as a separate form. Once you locate the form, then add the endings below.
Yeah, we can continue.
You have the singular and the plural.
Yeah. No, if you want to know the aorist passive, it says it is the sixth form in the back of the book. So you can go back to the back of the book and you will see present, active, you see future, you see aorist, etc., etc. And the sixth one, it is the aorist passive. So we have present active, future active, aorist active, perfect active, perfect middle passive, and aorist active. That's the last one. So just check that and it will help to clarify some misunderstanding. Okay, Orin.
Yes, sir. So
Look at the singular and the plural endings.
So the singular ending is N. First person singular. Second person singular S. Third person singular E. And you have the infinitive N-I. And then you have the plural Amen. For the first, the second is Ete. The third is Esan.
Okay. And for example of that is on page 78. Look at the example of the first aorist passive indicative of low.
78.
Page 78 in my book.
Oh, what about ours?
I don't know about yours.
Well, we have the same. Oh, you said April-20?
Yeah. Eluthen. The next one, Orin. Read all those, Orin.
So you have singular Eluthen. First singular, second singular, Eluces. Third singular.
Test. Elutes.
Yes.
Elutes.
Eluces. Eluthe is the third. And for the plural, elucemen. First, second, elucete, elutete. Third, elute san.
I know. Have you noticed the English equivalent of each of these? The first, second, and third person singular.
English equivalent?
The English equivalent of eluthen. I was loosed. Eluthet. You were loose. Eluthemen. We were loose. Elutethe. You were loose. Eluthesan. You were they were loose.
Yes.
Yes, sir. We are seeing them.
Right. So those are the endings for the aorist,
Passive.
future, and passive indicative. Well, this is for the passive so far.
Well, I mean,
Okay. So Orion,
Yes, sir.
go back to where you started from the aorist passive of luo.
Okay, so form the first aorist passive of luo by attaching the augment epsilon to the present stem lu, followed by theta sign of the first aorist passive along the thematic vowel, that is eta, and the personal endings n, that's nu, equal eluthen. The infinitive does not have the augments.
So you have E augment, LU present stem, the sign of the first aorist passive indicative, including the connecting vowel, and nu personal ending, eluthen, first aorist passive indicative, first person singular. Okay. Read for me now, Roy. No, not Roy. Woody.
When the stem ends with a consonant, various changes occur before the tip of the first aorist passive. You should always check the sixth form to be sure, but in general, the changes listed here will take place. For the liquid consonant, the nu drops out before theta. Example, quino, equino. Yes, quino, equity.
Notice the end of the word crino, Woody.
Yes, sir. You are saying something, sir? You done? Hello, sir?
He's really
Let's see now. If the n drops out before the theta. Because I know in the first one, it says crino, the omega also drops.
Yeah. As
when
you
they
know-
say that, you see where they put the theta?
Yeah.
This place here in Quino, it was nu.
Okay.
Now they drop the nu and they put theta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after they put the theta, then they add the
Yeah.
Connection.
the E at the before the connect. No, not before the connect, before the stem. The E before the stem. Yeah.
Like you are talking
Epsilon.
about epsilon is the augment.
Yeah, the augment. And then what now? So they remove
Now
the eta before the theta that drop out.
no man, the nu. They remove the nu. See how it is? So you had pre, you add the augment in.
Woody,
Yes, sir.
Now the nu.
you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you now, sir.
The ending.
Notice that this time end with a nu, and the nu drops out.
Yes, sir. Can I didn't hear the question, sir.
I said, notice it says when the stem.
Yes,
How do you
sir.
find the stem? How do you find the stem of a verb?
By removing the ending, sir. For example,
Right.
crino, you remove the omega, that is the ending, and you will have the stem crin.
Remaining.
Right. Then lambda.
Notice now that the stem ends with a nu.
Yes, right. And
because the stem ends with a nu, then what happens?
Yes, sir.
Then
It will
nu
drop.
drop out.
it will drop before the theta as
Right.
right.
All right, let's go. Continue now.
Then we have lambda and rho are retained before theta. Examples, angelo, then it will be engelten, io, or iro and earthen, right, earthen.
Vessels.
For the mute,
Remember you have two gammas there. And when you have two gamma, the first one is N and the last one is G.
yes, sir. I pronounce it well first. So.
Yeah, engelethen, iro,
Engeleten, sir?
E-N-G.
Yeah, not for the N. You said gelatin.
Gel.
Where is
And gel is gelthen. E-N-G, it is E-N-G-E-L-T-H-E-N. And
right.
gelthen.
Not E-L-E. So E-L-T-H. So it can be a gelatin, sir, and gelatin, sir. Can be and gelten.
In what?
And gelten.
In gelthen.
Right. And that's how I pronounced it, sir.
Engelthen. Engelthen.
Right.
Engelthen.
Exactly.
All right.
Absolutely. And that's
Right.
what I said. Now, for the mute consonant, the palatals, kappa and gamma change to chi before theta. Examples, ago, eten, dioko, thank you, dioko, idiocten, yes. And then we have chi is retained before theta. Examples, didasco, the stem is didac. And then the first or is passive indicative is edidacten.
Right, because the X remain. Okay, look at the labial now.
The labials, P and beta, change to
pi. It's pi and beta.
phi.
Pi.
Oh, pi. Sorry, thank you. Pi and beta, change to phi. Phi.
Before theta.
Before theta. Example, lepo, eleften, sorry. Then phi causes the theta to drop out and the form becomes second aorist, C16.3.
Okay,
example, grapho, a graphene. Tintals now, theta, delta, and not theta, sorry, tau, delta, and theta change to sigma. For theta. Example, peito, a pasten,
paito.
Thank you. Paito, a pasten, sorry.
Yeah.
Now the sibilant consonant, we have zeta. What was the name?
One is I want it. What is I want it.
Okay, zeta and psi change to sigma before theta. Example, dodazo, I glorify.
Dudazo.
Oh yeah, sorry, doxazo.
Yeah.
Edoxasten.
Okay. So again, it's a big mouthful there, but the issue is if you have problem, just check the fourth part of the book and that will clear up all of your problem.
All right.
Okay. Solin.
Yes, sir. I was saying we can check our bill of teacher as well.
Solin, your
Yes,
time now.
Yes, sir. You are saying something?
So Solin, your time to read now.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Oh, okay. All right, let's start. Second aorist passive indicating. The second aorist passive is formed similarly to the first aorist passive, except for the absence of the theta. The steps in the formation of apostello are shown below. You will not be able to determine whether a verb is first or second aorist passive by observing the aorist active form. Some verbs have first aorist active and second aorist passive. Example, grapho, agrapsa, first aorist active, and agraphin, second aorist passive. Others have second aorist active and first aorist passive. For example, lipo, elipon, or elipon. Second aorist active, and elipten, first aorist passive. In summary, ap, prepositional prefix plus augment plus stal, second aorist stem plus eta, long connecting vowel plus nu, personal ending equal apestalen. Second aorist passive indicative first person singular.
Okay. Can anyone identify the difference between the first aorist passive and the second aorist passive?
Yes, sir.
No.
What's the difference?
One has the theta and the other does not. That's the first one.
The first one has a theta and the second one doesn't have it, but the same endings. All right. So that's the identifying mark, this distinguishing mark. Continue reading for me, Solin.
The function and translation of first and second aorist active are identical. The example below is the second aorist passive or apostello. The infinitive does not have an augment. Now let's look at the table. Second aorist passive indicative of apostello. Singular, apostalen, I was sent. Apestales, you were sent. Apestalen, he, she, it was sent. Now the plural, apestalemen, we were sent. Apestalete, you were sent. Apestalesan, they were sent. And for the infinitive, apostalenai, to be sent.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Where is my friend there now from country? Roy.
Yes, sir.
Your time now, the future passive.
The future passive indicative. The future passive indicative is based on the aorist passive stem. Since the future is not a past tense, it has no augment. The future passive uses the same ending as the future middle. The sign of the future tense, sigma, appear here as in the future active and middle. The only difference between the future middle and the future passive form is the presence of the tete in
I can see, yeah, say, say,
te.
I want to theta, epsilon, theta, whatever, or we want to pronounce it. Go ahead, in the passive.
In the passive. Therefore, the future passive indicative first person singular of luo is composed of the verb stem lu, the sign of the aorist passive tete, the sign of the future tense sigma, the connecting vowel omicron, the ending my equal
No, it's plus ending my. Plus ending my.
yes plus ending my
Plus the ending my
lu
equal
lutesomen.
lutesomai.
Sorry, sir.
Okay. Give
Lu,
some.
yes, sir. You're breaking up. You're saying something, sir?
I don't know if it's me or you. No.
Borowoy, go ahead.
Your mic is mute, sir.
But right, read. It's you to read, man. The teacher has a team.
You can read Borowoy.
Lu.
Does not have anything to say.
Okay. Lu present stem plus tete. Sign of the aorist passive plus sigma. Sign of the future tense plus omicron. Connecting vowel plus my personal ending. Lutesomai. Future passive indicative first singular. Future passive indicative of luo. Singular. Lutesomai. Luteste. Lutestai. Lutesetai. Plural.
No. Go back again. Singular. Future passive indicative of law is what? Luthesomai, I will be loosed. Continue.
Yes, sir. I did say them already.
Okay. Luthese, you will be loose. Luthesetai, he, she will be loose. Continue now.
Plural. Luteso.
Luthesometa.
We will be loose.
Yeah.
Luteseste.
Lutheseste. Continue.
You will be loose. Lutestontai. They will be loose.
Luthesontai. They will be loose. Roy?
Yes, sir.
Luthesontai. Next one now.
It's finished, sir.
Infinitive.
Oh, infinitive.
Luthe.
Test.
Luthe. Luthe
Luthe.
sestai. Luthe sestai.
Testai.
Okay. Horin, read for me the function of the future passive.
Okay. The function of the future passive is to express action received by subjects in future time. The kind of action may be either punctiliar or linear. The context will indicate how the verb should be translated. For example, lutesetai, or
this is Sigma.
or satanas, tes, fulekes, auto, and the rough is will be loose the Satan from the prison. If smooth, Satan will be loose from his prison. Revelation 27. The defective verbs in the aorist and future passive. Defective or deponent verbs vary in aorist and future forms. Some will appear in the passive. Example, apokrinomai, present middle, and apekriten, first aorist passive. Others have both middle and passive forms. For example, ginomai, present middle, egenomen, second aorist middle, and egeneten, first aorist passive. Even though defective verbs have their forms in the middle or passive, they are translated as if they are active. See the following 11.4b. Thus, apokrinomai equal I answer. Epekriten equal I answer. Ginomai equal I become. And egenomen and egenete equal I became. Note that the last two words, the last two forms are translated the same, even though the form of one is middle and the other passive.
Okay. All right. Anybody has any question from the lesson right now?
No, sir.
Yeah?
No, we didn't get any from this.
Well, I don't think
Hello?
No, sir.
What was the question?
Hello?
Yes, what was the question?
If anybody has any question?
Oh, no.
No, so
Okay. All right. So I'm going to assign you the first 5 is for Roy. And the second 5 is for Orin. And the third 5 is for Solin. And the last 5 is for Woody.
Okay, sir.
Again, gentlemen, Orin,
Yes, sir.
this goes for you. You sometimes take too long with the translations.
Select?
Orin,
Yes.
sometimes you take too long doing the translations.
Okay.
And Roy,
Yes, sir.
that goes for you as well. I am going to give you a formula. Today, do 1 today. Find some time in your busy timetable and do just the 1 today. You do 1 tomorrow. one the next day, one the next day, and by next week, Tuesday, you're done with them. If you wait until the night before or 2 nights before, you may find you have problems. Try this method. I tried it when I was in school and it worked excellent for me. But I'm not saying that what worked for me might work for you. I'm only saying that you can try it. If I get translations, and at that time I have to do all the translation, the 20 of them. But what I did, I make your life much easier to give you some practice, is that I gave you 5 each, 5 different ones. Students in the past, when they get the 20, they never used to do it. And they wait until the next morning and take another student paper and just write off the answer. I want to check it out. Everyone that this one get wrong, that one get wrong. Because it was the same work. So what I said, to avoid that is to give you separate ones. So what I'm simply saying, you do 5. If you do 1 today, if you don't want to start today, you could do 1 tonight. Instead of checking your phone and see how many messages you get, check that. Do 1 today, 1 tonight, or 1 tomorrow, 1 tomorrow night. Depends on the power of your brain. For me, I work better in the morning. So I would go to bed by 9 o'clock at night and I'll wake up 4 o'clock. And that's the time I will do some of my assignments. I'll do 1 that morning as I get up, 1 the next morning, 1 the next morning. Okay? And so when you do it 1 by 1, if you have any problem with the one, you can sit down and think about it. But if you wait until the night before and you have problem with more than one, you find that you have no assignment to hand in.
That's right.
All right? And let's see if we can make this term better than last term. Let's see if your grades can be better this term than it was last term. And you have the ability to do it. All right? Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So somebody had asked a question about what? Was it on Acts 20?
Oh,
Yes.
fine. The question.
What asked a question about Acts 20?
Oh, I was
Yes,
asking
sir.
about the Sabbath on the first day. Those two, according to the Greek, Miatan Sabbatan.
Yeah, some people say that now Saturday is the day of the Lord, based on this verse.
Both on that verse. So how do they come to that conclusion?
Because they have seen Sabbath on, and so this is Sabbath, and this is the day of the Lord. This is where the disciples met.
Okay.
So
Do you,
vine, you know.
Solin,
Yes, sir.
I'm not seeing you.
Oh.
Since you are the spokesman, come closer.
Sir, I can look at myself easily here, sir. I'm seeing myself in front of the camera, sir.
Okay, hold on a while. Do you have a piece of paper?
Well, no.
Anybody has a piece of paper?
Yes, sir.
Eh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Take out a piece of paper and let me show you a little thing.
I do have one. I do have one, sir.
Because in the Greek, you have Miatan Sabbatan is in connection with the first Sabbath, as well as the first is it Sunday or the first day of the week? No, week. Yeah. It is translated week as well as the first Sabbath.
So, Orion, what are you saying that the word Sabbatan, they mean Sabbath?
Well, it's not me saying to them based on.
I'm just asking.
Yes.
Well, it means
Well,
well,
have you looked at the word Sabbatan in the dictionary?
You're talking the Greek dictionary or the regular English dictionary?
Yes, the Greek dictionary.
I don't have a Greek dictionary here, but I thought I spoken to Maxim about it. He was showing me a little bit about it earlier, you know, because I remember I asked you that same question.
You asked me this question?
Yeah, and some time ago I spoke to you about it, but it's a long time, so you would remember. Because a brother from Mona here, you know, was asking me about it, that I should look it up.
Okay. So in Acts 20, let me see, Solin,
yes, sir.
in Acts 20, you have the paper?
Yes, I do.
Write them in order. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, going down. So put Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
They don't write what they call the abbreviation. So right, instead of writing the whole word, right, this is Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long did Paul stay in Troas?
How long did Paul stay in Troas?
Yes.
I don't know.
Read Acts 20 and verse 6.
Oh, I mean, he spent the whole night prolonging sermon, something like this.
5 days, sir.
No. Paul
Oh,
didn't stay there 5 days.
7.
Paul stayed there 7 days.
But
7.
Huh?
verse 6,
Yeah.
Verse, how long did Paul stay there?
but he
7 days.
He stayed there 7 days.
Yes, sir.
1 week. So if Paul stayed there 7 days,
Sir,
which day do you think Paul got there?
sir,
Sorry,
Which
sir?
day? Which day did Paul get there?
Well, I don't know, sir. It could
You
be
don't know.
Tuesday or Thursday.
I want to believe that he got there Monday. If he spent 7 days, he obviously got there Monday. Isn't that true? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Isn't that true?
Well, the only way that we can prove that is because the day that they would have met supposed to be on Sunday. Now we
it says Paul stayed there 7 days. So obviously Paul got to Troas on Monday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Right. So on Monday, it mentioned that they didn't meet no time at all. And that was day 1. Day 2, which is Tuesday, obviously they had no gathering. Day 3, same thing. Day 4, same thing. Day 5, same thing. Day 6, same thing. And day 6 would have been the what?
Saturday.
Obviously. And then when it comes to day 7, the Sunday, that was when disciples came together. And then they were hoping to leave the next day. Have you seen that?
Well. Let's take a stop here, sir.
Have you seen that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Right. So
Where,
I know
sir?
Saturday come before Sunday. And while Paul and others were there on the Saturday, there is no mention that they came together. But when Sunday came, the first day of the week, that was when they came together.
Sir.
Okay, so sir.
Yes.
So that means they would have spent the whole day Sunday, you know, being together in fellowship and in breaking
That
up.
the scripture says they spent 7 days. Paul preached until midnight and was hoping to leave the next day. Because I said they spent 7 days.
Now I'm saying that they spent the whole day the Sunday and then leave the Monday morning.
I'm simply saying this came Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7 days. And then they were Paul preached until midnight and then was hoping to leave the following day.
Okay.
That's what the scripture says.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir?
Yeah.
In the Middle East, when does their day start?
The Middle East,
Yes, sir.
they start from midnight.
Well,
They
sir.
start from midnight, sir.
Yes, they start from midnight.
Sir.
Like us in Jamaica.
Yes.
Well,
What
sir,
happened?
the last time
Yes,
I spoke to a teacher, he didn't give concrete evidence as to say, but he said that I think they start at 6 o'clock.
Oh, in the Middle East?
Yes.
No, man. That you probably misunderstood what the teacher said.
Yes, sir. That's what he said, sir.
I said you probably misunderstood what the teacher said.
No, the reason why I said that, sir, is because there's a passage in Acts chapter 2 when the people were saying these men are drunk. Now Paul said the third hour. So I'm trying to understand that third hour there.
Well, no, that's a different thing altogether. Let's stick with Acts chapter 20. Yes.
Just want to say, notice, if you notice that
Orin,
yes, sir.
you are too far from the globe. Go closer to the globe.
Because they are in the background talking. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm saying, if you notice, when night falls, right? At 11:58 to 11:59, we are still in that present day. But once it reaches 12 o'clock, once it reaches midnight, the day has changed.
Yes, because you see, we are now measuring time according to Roman standard measure.
Yeah.
Before the Roman standard time, it used to be the Jewish time that started their day from 6 to 6. Ours is from 12 to 12.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter which standard you use. The point remains, the apostles spent 6 days, and when the first day came, they preached, and they were supposed to leave the next day. So if the first day start at Saturday evening, then for argument's sake, it means that they would have left there after Sunday night, 12 o'clock. It is still the first day. It doesn't matter how we work it out, whether it's Roman Standard Time or Eastern Standard Time, they would be there on the first day.
Okay.
And remember, Saturday always come before Sunday.
Yeah.
Right.
So sir, Sir,
Yes, I'm listening.
so how you explain the third hour in Acts chapter 2?
No, that's a different thing, my brother, from this convert. That's a different subject altogether. Let me deal with this. Maybe next week I'll do one. But it's a different subject altogether.
And Brother Dunbar,
Yes.
a question though, I'm going to ask, but probably you will say I would have to ask them, but I'm going to ask you anyway. So, why did they in the Old Testament times they are the whole idea of worshiping on the Sabbath?
Why what?
Why did they interpret it worshiping on the Sabbath to be the first day of the week?
Under the Old Testament?
Yeah.
Is that so? I remember some part in Leviticus mentioned first, but what was it referring to the first day?
Sir.
To say
Yes.
literal.
I know Brother Owen probably is waiting for an answer, but it is already 50 and we have Sister Solas Cooper with us, so I believe you should talk to her before the time is gone, sir.
Okay.
Oh, so she is there listening on the conversation?
Yeah.
Yes, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. I hope we didn't confuse you with all of our Greek term this morning.
Well, I only came in about 20 minutes or so ago. I wasn't here from the inception.
Okay, all right. So how was your holiday?
Quite busy. It's not a holiday.
So were you able to locate that book?
Well, actually, no. I sent to someone in the USA to see if I can get it, but I haven't heard from them. So
have you looked? Have you Google?
Google what? The book?
Yeah, just check Google and see if you can find it. You check Google and see.
No, I haven't done so.
Yeah, man, check Google and see.
Okay, I'll do so.
Yeah,
okay.
the point is, I don't know of anybody who is coming right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I need to get the book. You know, it would help me
Badly.
from being in class on my own.
Yeah, I know.
I'll see what can happen about that. I'll have to find out if the person was able to
locate it.
What's going on with that?
Yeah, man, it is easy to find because normally I have a friend in the States. I just say to that friend, see if you can locate this book for me. And but to see her mother used to come here like every March and April, but because of the pandemic, they're not coming.
Okay.
So that's the problem.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would I'm gonna call Patrick and ask Patrick. Maybe if Patrick can locate it, maybe he can buy it and just ship it straight to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of it coming to Jamaica and then have to go back there. I'll find it for him.
Sure.
Okay.
Time
Hello? All right, another time. Thanks. Remember the assignment is due next week. Orin and Roy and sister, I will talk to you later. Same time.
Absolutely. Take care. Okay.
All right. Have a good day. All right. Bye-bye. Yeah?
When will you come to the building to collect them?
It doesn't matter. Just get them ready. I might come tomorrow and collect them too. Orin, I might come tomorrow and collect them too.
Sir.
That's impossible, sir.
Yeah.
Huh? If you come, you hear me?
Yeah.
Since as you were telling Roy earlier, the strategy to do 2, you come tomorrow and we start by doing 2 today. Then it won't be finished for tomorrow, so I'm just saying.
But you asked me what time I'm coming, so I might be coming tomorrow. All right. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Not, you can't come tomorrow to collect them, sir.
All right, later.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
sir.
Body. Hey, yeah, watch I think this is a mess sometimes. It break easy, yeah. Sometimes just stare easy.